in the rest of the world, but here in New Zealand today started the seasonal sale. So it's 20% off, up to 20% off on ribbon, trims, inks, paper, everything like that from the annual catalogue. So don't miss out. Fantastic deals to be had if there's anything you've been just humming and hawing about. So message me if you're interested in or want to know any more. So tonight I'm going to share with you a one sheet wonder. So it's going to be a Christmas one, but obviously you can do this for birthday or any occasion really, and it makes a fantastic gift box set for if you want to coordinate a set of cards to gift up, to give for a little gift. It's a perfect thing to do for that. So let's go over to the desk and we will get started. So I am actually using a few different stamp sets. The poinsettia is going to be from, I'll just get that out actually, I've got them here, is from the Rustic Crate, this one here with the double poinsettia flowers. And then I'm also using this pine branch from the Christmas Classics and the sentiments from here. And this little branch here with the berries, and I've done a Merry Christmas with these. I just love these reverse stamps. I use them a lot. Okay, let's get started. I've got my foam pad because it's a photopolymer stamp. Okay, so I'm going to use Memento ink. So welcome everybody, I hope you're all well. Not getting too frantic yet with this crazy season. It'll soon be upon us. Now I found a really interesting, I kept wondering why I was getting spots all over my work, like little spots. And it turns out that when I dip my stamp in the ink, I get little bits of ink on the tips of my nails. Really, really bizarre. Okay, so, just to start, I forgot to tell you, I have trimmed this down to be 4 mats, and then I've scored it. So trimmed it to be the 4 mats, and then I've scored it in the middle horizontally and vertically. This really helps when you're stamping to know where the edge of the mat will be. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, I think you can see that there. So really, really helps. Right, so this is the center point here, and I've already got a bit of mess on there, so just ignore that. Okay. And then I'm just going to turn it over. And same on this side. It's a little bit repetitive stamping, but it really comes out so beautiful. And then I'm just going to go across as well. And I'll just add a little bit on that bottom there, I think. Now, the next thing I've done is I want to put the pine branch on. So I'm going to get, just got a little bit of the sticky back post-it note and stamped and cut out this image. Now when you cut it out though, just make sure when you trim it, you're trimming on the line or just in the line, because you don't want that shadow effect, that if you don't do that, it still looks as though you've got a big gap. So you want to be really close to the edge. Okay, so I'm going to use the pine leaf. That looks pretty bad, doesn't it? Okay. And then we're going to add some. The reason is that it's quite long, this one, and I didn't really want it that long. So just going to add some randomly. So it's just a repetitive pattern really. to move that. Oops, round the other way. So as I say, this is gorgeous for if you've got a little one of our little gift boxes, and you add put these 4 in, and of course they're all complementary. They're all you know, same colours and whatnot. So it just is a beautiful way to give someone a gorgeous present. I started giving cards at one point. I gave a couple of people a packet of handmade cards, and then I thought, oh, I didn't really hear much from them. I wonder, maybe they didn't like them. I'll give them something else this year. Well, I was told off because they were really disappointed that they didn't get another one that year. So I have made sure that I do it now. So yes, just rest assured it's actually well received, actually, your beautiful handmade cards. All right, let me get this one off. So this is the slowest part of this today. Let's just make sure that's right there. I mean, it doesn't take long, actually, once you start sort of putting the branches on. And now there's lots of different ways to do these, I must admit. I have seen, you know, where you cover a lot of the card with a lot of starting off with big sort of patterns and getting down and filling the spaces with smaller ones. I always find that, for me personally, you know, everyone has their own taste. I just prefer ones that are more space, like this, more white space. Then I always feel it just seems a little bit messy for me, but that's just me. Everyone's different. And yeah. Okay, nearly there, and a couple more of these to do. Do that one that way. That will do. Now for every pine branch, I'm going to come in with this one here. So do say hi if you're there. I'd love to know that you're here. And have you ever done, anyone out there ever done one sheet wonders? Is it something you do? If so, what style do you sort of do when you do them? We had a fabulous weekend on the weekend with our onstage at home, and we had a get together and crafting. It's just something we can do as a demonstrator. It is, hi Paula. Oh, I know, it's probably the same for lots of people. I don't know what's happening with the notifications these days. I don't get them half the time. Very weird. Okay. Yeah, so as I say, there's lots of different ways to do one sheet wonders. I'm fairly new at them, I must admit. Oops. Helps to have it on the pad, doesn't it? Let's see if I can marry it up to where I was. That's not too bad. Yeah, I was just saying, Paula, I don't like the ones, I don't know what style you do, but I don't like the ones that have lots of, you know, like fill up every space on the page. it's not my sort of style. I have seen some pretty ones obviously, but it's just not my sort of thing, where, you know, where you start with a big stamp and you get smaller and smaller and you use different color combinations. And good morning Benita, under a pile of papers, I like that. Under a pile of cardstock. Right, this one's, obviously I'm not going to sit here and colour all these with you. I'll just give you a little highlight of what I do. Right, what I did. Okay, so that is the layout there. And I'll just show you quickly, because I'll just do a couple of flowers so you know what I did. So I just did the middle with Daffodil Delight. Then for the berries, I did them in, this is Poppy Parade, light Poppy Parade. And then I've used dark Cherry Cobbler. Oh, you do it like this. Oh, thank you, Anne. Yeah, oops, wrong one. Dark Cherry Cobbler. And I've just put a little bit of that at the bottom. Just a little dot of the dark Cherry Cobbler. Okay. And then for these leaves, I've used Old Olive. Oh, don't you love, I just love my stamping blends. I do not know what I used to do without them. They are just my go-to colouring tool, I must admit. I love them. Okay. And then, so that was dark, and then I think I always say when I'm doing colouring, I do it dark and then blend it out with the light. Some people start off covering it with light and coming in with the dark. Doesn't matter which way you do it. It all comes out the same in the end. I guess it's just the way you're taught. Okay, so with Poppy Parade, you've also done the DSP ones, yes. I did some years ago. So this is dark Poppy Parade, and I'm just following the lines. It's one good thing about our stamps, they always have the lines in the areas that you know is the dark. Some stamps, like the distinctive stamps, have even more shading, so it's perfect if you're not too sure what you should be doing with the shading and the darker colours. Okay. So, and then I've just done the same as what I did before with the Old Olive. Just use the light colour of the same one and just added. I could be really, I wanted to make it quick though, but you could go in and add a lot more. You can use like 3 colours even to add lots more shading and detail and all sorts of things like that. But I didn't want it to be a complicated one. I wanted it to be something that you could feel that you could just put together really easily. Right. So I think this is my first poinsettia I've done for this Christmas. I think last year I did heaps. Okay. There we go. And that is that pattern. Oh, thank you, Benita. That's just repeated until I will show you. Luckily, you know, you have the cameras, something I've prepared earlier, as they say. So the other thing I've done actually with this is I've also got the dark the dark Poppy Parade, and you get the paintbrush end, and then you just flick the paint. Oop, that's a bit much, but doesn't really matter. And just add some splatter, like so. And this is what it turns out like. So with splatter, etc. So then I would follow, as I say, I've got the lines that I scored, and these are work out to be mats of 5 inches by 3 6/8 each. So like what I would call the second mat. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. So I've cut up one I've done previously, and so I'm just going to put a couple together to show you. So this is cut what one looks when it's been cut down. The splatters are the final touch. It does, doesn't it? I agree, Anne. Totally agree. It's just that little something, isn't it? That, yeah. Okay. So I've actually got I'll have the 4 cards to show you, and I've used the colours that I've used in this for the mats, and I'll get you to say which one you prefer. Okay, so I did do a couple of extra ones and just fussy cut them out, just in case I needed some, just while I was colouring them, to add sort of thing. So that's that one from the Merry and Bright, the reverse stamp, which, as I say, I really, really like. And put that there. Right, and I might add this to there. And I put that on a dimensional. Oh, thank you, Paula. I love the colour combination, how it turned out. When you see it in a big sheet, you're not quite sure what it'll look like when you cut it down, but okay. So that one can go there. So you can keep it as, once you've done this, you can add layers and you can keep it as simple or as complicated as you want. That's sort of mid-range really. And then I've got this one. And I'm going to, so this is using Poppy Parade on this one. So each one is a little bit different. And I'm going to use my memento. I better get my, especially with a word, I don't want it to go winky wonky, as they say. Okay. I've got Deck the Halls. This is from the Christmas, make sure I'm straight, Christmas Classics stamp set. Oh, thank you, Paula. So Deck the Halls. And let's glue that on. Okay. And I might put a couple of these on, so just to fill in those sort of spaces. No. Maybe you don't need that one. Oh yeah, that'll do. But you don't obviously need these. This is just something a little bit more to add to it. Okay. Very traditional and Christmas colours, which I don't always use. Actually, I might turn that around a little bit. don't want them both going in the same direction. There we go. So there's that one. Just keep those down. So these are the other two. So this one is, oh, I need to put some embellishments on that, which I'll do in a minute. This is, so those are the horizontal. That's using Poppy Parade, and that is Cherry Cobbler. This is the shaded spruce, and this is landscape. I'll put it all together soon so you can, and this is another landscape one. And this, I've added a tag on the front and a couple of, and a die cut of the pine leaf and a ribbon. So I've added more like a casual to avid card sort of thing with far more layers on it. So those are the 4 cards. Now let me see if I can figure out, so it'll be something, so let me know while I'm doing this what colour you like for the that's it. So that's the paper. No, it's not, because these need to go on there, don't they? Oh, that's interesting. How does that work? Because some are horizontal. Oh, I'm never going to figure it out now, am I? Because some are horizontal. I'm never going to figure it out, but this must be, no, it can't be. Yes, that's it. There we go. Got it. Oh, thank you. Gorgeous cards. Got it in the end. That's the way round it was. So you've ended up with these beautiful, beautiful, all so easy. You've just done one sheet of paper. And so what is your favourite background colour? The shaded spruce, cherry cobbler, the poppy parade, or the old olive? I think I like cherry cobbler, I must admit. Jigsaws, yeah, jigsaws, it is like a jigsaw, exactly. Yeah, so those are my 4 cards. Really enjoyed doing that. It was fun, and you just draw in from whatever you've got in your stash and make it, as I say, it doesn't have to be Christmas. You like old olive the best, this one, yeah. It doesn't have to be Christmas, as I say, it can be whatever occasion. You could do flowers and things like that, but I thought I'd just do the Christmas for today. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that. Cherry for you as well. Yeah, that's my. I hope you enjoyed that, and look forward to seeing you all again next week. Take care. Bye.